Let us now describe the recommended lighting up procedure for nozzle mix torches. The first action is to set the gas working pressures to the values specified according to the nozzle size. This information is provided in welding and cutting guides. In our example, the oxygen pressure is set to 400 kPa, whilst the acetylene working pressure is set to 60 kPa. The next important step is to purge the hoses in order to remove any air or mixed gas from inside a hose, thereby reducing the risk of a flashback at the time of lighting up. Purging involves allowing gas from the cylinder to run through the hoses and the torch for a minimum period of 1 second per meter of hose length. Naturally, it is important that purging is done in a well-ventilated area and away from any source of heat or ignition. The oxygen torch valve is opened and gas allowed to flow through the system. Whilst this is happening, observe the low pressure gauge and, if necessary, adjust to re-establish the pressure originally set. Close the oxygen torch valve and then, by opening the acetylene valve, repeat the process of purging and adjusting the working pressure for the acetylene supply. Now the lighting up process can begin. Holding the torch away from your body, away from the gas cylinders, and with the nozzle tip pointing upward, light the torch in the following way. Open the acetylene valve approximately a quarter turn, and then ignite the acetylene. Adjust the gas flow with the acetylene torch valve until you see that the flame just stops producing sooty smoke. Next, slowly open the oxygen valve to obtain neutral flames at the preheat orifices. A neutral flame is one that has a clearly defined bullet-shaped inner cone and the absence of a feather. Check that all the preheat orifices produce a flame of the same height. This indicates that the orifices are not blocked and that each is delivering the correct volume of gas. Now depress the cutting oxygen lever. The preheat flames should remain virtually unchanged. If, however, you notice that one or some of the preheat flames become elongated or feathered, this means that the flames are carburizing as a result of insufficient oxygen. To correct this condition, carefully increase the oxygen flow by way of the torch valve until the flames return to a neutral condition. The procedure for lighting a combination torch is essentially identical. However, before lighting up, the oxygen valve on the cutting attachment must be closed and then the oxygen valve on the stock fully opened. Once the flame is lit, all control of oxygen is made using the cutting attachment valve only. The recommended shutting down procedure under normal conditions for any cutting torch is as follows. Close the acetylene torch valve. Then close the oxygen torch valve. Close both cylinder valves. Open the acetylene torch valve and bleed off the gas in the hose. Bleed off the oxygen pressure in the same manner. And then close both regulators, that is, turn the pressure adjusting screws on both of the regulators fully out, that is to say, counterclockwise. This concludes the series on oxyacetylene downstream equipment. We urge that you keep in mind all that this series has offered you, and that you will continue to work safely when next you use oxyacetylene equipment.